we'd like to start in the beginning. It's our honor, really, to have you all here today with us, inaugurating the Mia and Mile Pinkas Accessible Learning Center. We have with us here a great friends, Marsha and Miguel, and we don't have their parents yet on Skype, right? We don't have them yet. I should accept it? Tao is calling. Ma? Daniel Pinkas?
No.
Daniel is the one you have to
טוב, אז טוב שאני אמרו לי. call on hold, no?
in the modern world.
איך עושים את זה?
הם היו על הקו.
הם לא היו.
אולי הוא מצרף עוד אנשים.
מה זה?
הוא מצרף עוד אנשים.
להשאיר את זה ככה?
תמשיך.
Okay, בסדר. So we continue, and when they join, I think they're... Anyway. So again, it's our pleasure, and we have with us today here President Klafter, Joseph Klafter, and the Dean Ariel, and the team from his faculty, and Mr. Herman Richter, and other dear friends and family. And actually, we are very honored and happy to inaugurate this important center. And on a personal note, I would like to say that there was a really, like we said, a love from first sight with the family and with Miguel and Marsha. And we found not only a third generation of donors and partners with the university, but also loving people who care about higher education and about Israel, of course. And I would like to invite Professor Klafter to say some greetings. No, I don't know. Maybe we should wait 1 second to see. Maybe I think it's important that they will hear us.
They put the call on hold. So.
אז בואו ננסה להתקשר אליהם מחדש שוב פעם.
כן, ננסה מחדש.
תנתק ותתקשר שוב.
שאני אצלצל אליו?
הנה, זה בסדר.
אז ככה, אתה מצלצלים לשכנים שידפקו בדלת.
לחץ פה?
לא,
זה קל והכל.
קונקציה פה להמון אנשים.
הנה, עכשיו זה בסדר. יכול להיות שהוא לא אצלם בבית.
אם אני מדבר, הוא רואה אותנו? הם רואים אותי?
כן, יש מצלמה.
לא, המצלמה כאן, אם אתם רוצים שהוא יראה אתכם, צריך לשים את המצלמה. אוקיי, זהו זה. יס.
אוקיי. איזה יופי, נדבר.
אוקיי.
רואים אותך, הם רואים אותך, תגיד להם שלום.
Hello. Shalom. Okay, we should start, I think. So, dear Miguel and Marsha, dear Mia, Mile, Daniel, and the rest of the family joining us via Skype. Hello, the family. Hello. It's working. Vice President Amos Elad, Professor Yoav Ariel, Dean of Students, colleagues, students, and guests. We are gathered here in this festive occasion to inaugurate the Mia and Mile Pinkas Accessible Learning Center, which is an outstanding state-of-the-art facility for improving the learning abilities and conditions for students with disabilities. I had the privilege, as Amos mentioned, of meeting Mia and Mile and the family for the first time last February during a visit to Switzerland, where they welcomed Amos and me in their home in Geneva. And as Amos put it, it was really love from the first sight. I felt immediately comfortable with the family and was very happy for the opportunity. And I don't want to make propaganda, but go visit. So originally from Yugoslavia, Mia and Mile immigrated to Venezuela, where they lived for many years. And they and the family have a very, I would say, long history with Tel Aviv University. They have been benefactors of the university, supporting medicine and life sciences. Now, the Accessible Learning Center, this is an idea that came actually from the family. This is their initiative. They requested a project that will have a real and immediate impact on the students' welfare, which is a condition that you could not resist by really embrace. They knew exactly what they wanted, and we are very pleased that we could really respond and in a very short time really create something that we'll visit a little bit later. It's really very touching how the family was so ready to get involved, and they were also very communicative during the day or the time that the center was really being created. Now I would like to acknowledge a whole list of people that really help us make it quick and perfect. You're always almost perfect, yes? There is nothing perfect in life. And these include the following, and I hope that I didn't miss anybody. So first of all, Miss Limor, maybe you raise your hand that we know who is who. Miss Limor Shem Tov, Director of the Unit for Students Advancement, and Miss Ilana Kaufman, okay, Coordinator for Students with Disabilities. They really should be recognized for the hard work in conceptualizing the center and giving really the guidance for the project. Now, Miss Mariela Yabu, Mariela, okay, the Assistant to the Director General on accessibility issues, for her very valuable input. Mariela, thank you very much. Naama Sheftelovich, yes, the legendary Director of the Suraski Central Library, and her staff, and for their help, goodwill for hosting it. And Naama is known really to be very, very responsive to making the library accessible and open and being very responsive to needs of students. So thank you very much again. And of course to the Building and Maintenance Division at the university, who labored day and night, except for Fridays, in order to make it functional and attractive. And I would like to thank the students speaking today. And again, I would like to say that really the Pinkas family you've been really amazing. The part here and the part in Geneva. And it's not only that you helped us make it accessible to students with disabilities, but you somehow it was part of the mission of the university to make it an inclusive university to students from all over Israel with special need and others. So really, thank you very much, and really thank you. And for this, we prepared a certificate, you know. You give checks, the university gives certificates. It's working, usually. So please, Miguel. So the family in Geneva, this is a certificate that the family gets for this initiative, important initiative at the university. So let me just read it, and then with the pictures. And it starts with Hebrew, וזאת לתעודה, which means this is to witness that on the 13th day of May 2015, the Mia and Mile Pinkas Accessible Learning Center and Fund was inaugurated at the Suraski Central Library. So we inaugurated when they put the mezuzah, yes? Thereby providing a state-of-the-art facility for talented students with disabilities to study and collaborate on assignments using special equipment tailored for their needs, expanding the services available to disabled students on campus and ensuring they have every opportunity to successfully complete their degree, and demonstrating the humanitarian spirit of the Pinkas family. And this is signed by the rector of the university, Professor Aaron Shai, and myself. So really, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Can they see it in Geneva?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Now you can see it. Thank you.
thank you very much. Okay.
Stay here. We'd like now, Miguel, if you can say a few words, please.
Well, first of all, thank you, my parents and my brother, were there, and I don't know who else of the family is connected. But let me tell you, you can't imagine, I just came from seeing this place. The work they've done is absolutely marvelous. You would be very proud of the work. And I would like to talk to the people who are here a little bit to explain how this all came about. My mother was going to celebrate 90 and my father 95. And we decided, we had to find a way to celebrate life. And we decided we wanted to make a contribution, that was the best way to celebrate. And so it's a celebration of life, really. And it's thanks to you. It's this kind people my parents are, and that our family enjoy so much of having you with us, I hope for many more years. And from there, the idea was, well, my father was starting to feel he didn't see well, he didn't hear well. We wanted something that would help people with needs. And it had to be something that people could immediately see results. Well, it so happened that we were so surprised when Amos came to Miami that he came with a little briefcase, and he comes and said, look, here we have something I think you could do the job. And of course we had a nice meal, Marsha was there too. And we said, from first eye, I think this is it. And it's unbelievable that the university, because I think we talked about this is in December, actually in February we had it going, and now it's fully working. You can't imagine the computers, what they can do for deaf people, for blind people. And it's really, we're going to go now and see it again with the members of the family that we have here who came in numbers. We're a very small family, but we keep together. And so I just want to tell the university how happy we are to be partners and how honored we are to be partners, and many good things are going to come out of this. So thank you very much, and a big kiss to you all. I love you. Okay, so...
Now we'd like to call on Miss Limor Shem Tov, Director Unit for Student Advancement. Limor, בבקשה.
Hello, so my name is Limor, Director of the Unit for the Student Advancement. We entrusted with taking care of the individual needs of the students with the aim of helping them succeed in their studies. We support and promote students with special needs and from diverse populations. Today I'm especially excited because it is wonderful to see that students with disabilities get the attention they deserve. Over the years I have had the privilege to meet these young students who come to the university and had not only to cope with the academic challenges, they had also to struggle with their physical or sensory disabilities. Some of them cannot read the presentation on the board. Some of them cannot hear the lectures. Some of them suffer from physical pain. So in order to succeed despite these obstacles, they must have a real extraordinary willpower, and they do succeed. All they need from us is some awareness and sensitivity to their special needs. So I want to say thank you to you, Pinkas family, for your sensitivity toward our students, your investment in our students going to influence their life as individuals, but also have an impact on the whole society, because we see by research there is direct connection between the number of years of study and the way disabled people integrate into society, integrate into the cycle work. So thank you. I would like also to thank, and here I must read so I won't forget anyone, the President, Professor Yossi Klepter, the Dean of Students, Professor Yoav Ariel, the Public Affairs Division, and here it's a long Herman Richter, and Anata Levy, and Barry Elias, and Marianne Kutcher, and Amos Elad, everyone. I want to thank Mariela Yabo. I want to thank Naama Sheflovitz, the director of the Central Library, and Pini Batat from the Central Library. I want to thank Amos Mesika and Tuval Rotem. They are the computer coordinator. And the students, our students here. And last but very important one is Ilana Kaufman. Ilana, raise your hand. She is the social worker. She knows each one of the students personally. It's a major key for their success. Now I would like you to meet two of our students. The first will be Harel Cohen, and after that, Karin Gilik will speak. Thank you.
My name is Harel Cohen. I'm 25 years old. I'm a graduate student in the Department of Electrical. I'm a graduate student in the Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science at the university. I'm from Petah Tikva. I have two parents that works as a teacher, and two big brothers, and one little sister. That's it.
Could you please share with us and tell us why did you come here today?
Of course. I came here to share with you the issue I have to deal with every day of my life. First, I'll illustrate you some action, and you think, what am I doing? Okay, let's try. What am I doing? Am I smelling the book? No. Am I kissing the book? The lights. I don't like the lights, so I cover it with using this note. No. As I said, I'm not smelling and not kissing the book. I have no intimacy or relationship with books or notes. Believe me. What I was doing, that's the only way I can read. Read books, read notes, everything. In order to read, I have to push it into my face, and that's the only way I can read. I was born with I'm visually impaired. That's what we call it. I was born with the technical term is corneal opposites. This is a problem with the cornea of the eyes. I don't. Everything is okay?
Yes, thinking on the other side.
Okay.
But it's in Yugoslav, maybe you
I didn't understand. How do you say it in? No, never mind. So, as I told you, I'm visually impaired. I have a problem to use my eyes. My left eye, I can't use it at all. That means when I cover it, I can't see anything right now with my left eye. I'm using only my right eye, but even though it's not the best eye you can have. Okay. That's because during the years, this disability, let's call it, caused many problems or many anecdotes. When I was at school, a teacher saw me lying on the book, because when I had to read, I was doing this. So if you are a teacher and you came into class and you see some student doing that, you think, oh, why are you sleeping in my class? And they slap me on the head and tell me, go to the principal, or wake up, this is the first school day, why do you sleep? And I had to tell them, no, I'm visually impaired, I have an eye condition. And they all, oh, sorry, we didn't know. That was a nice thing. That every teacher had to apologize in front of you every day, every year, every first year. Let's another example. Other kids in the class. When we go when we used computers. So I had to push my head to the display in order to read or in order to use it. And the bad kids always laughed and say, why do you smell the screen? Do you like it so much? And I was angry, and let's say how I react, but it wasn't nice. I had to explain them, this is the only way I can see from the display. This is a problem, and most of the time they let me go. But it's a small it's a story that I tell everywhere. Oh, okay. Another thing that Ilana reminded me, when I walking along the street, or in the university, or even in my own building, sometimes people who I know for a long time stand in front of me, and I not always recognize them, and they might think to themselves, why he's so snob, why he can't say hello, why he can smile. We're smiling, why you can't? Because not everybody knows. You can't see, when you look at me, you can't say I have a disability, I have an eye problem. Except for my huge glasses, there is nothing that you can look at me and say he's that and that, and let's react to his action properly. But I'm not a snob. I'm really a nice guy. The only thing, I can't see you, and I can't always recognize you. So excuse me for that, but this is the situation, okay? Another thing, it's very not very funny. It's laughable, but many times I use bus, and I go on the wrong bus, and I came to another city, another area that I didn't intend to. That's the way I knew I came for the first time to Bat Yam. When I was going to Petah Tikva. It's not my it's not what I aimed for, but it's nice, you know. Bat Yam is a great city. I have nothing against Bat Yam. I forget something. Of course. Why do I use buses? Because I can't have a driving license. And believe me, you don't want me to have a driving license for yourself. I mean, you don't want someone with a vision like me, with a long vision like me, to have a driving license for your benefits and for your loved ones. That's okay. I can go on and on. The list keeps going.
Just a second. It seems that you function under difficult conditions. I wonder, how did you manage to do that?
Okay. First of all, I know this is the situation, and that it is how it's gonna be. So I know what I'm capable of and what I have, and I live with it. Beside that, I have some methods, let's say, that I use in order to act, to perform better, let's say. Preparation is one very significant method. For instance, when I'm trying to get into some new place or into a new building, I have to learn exactly where I'm going to be by using Google Maps, anything that can help me before I go on this trip. So this is one method that The other one is keep trying and keep trying, and eventually by keep trying you. It's very rude. By keep trying, you succeed. I can tell you that one day my father came home with a basketball and a rim, and my brothers started to shoot it, and they were better than me, I must say. And they told me, you can't see the rim, you won't be able to hoop to succeed. But as I told you, keep trying. I stand and try and try and try, and in the end I was better than them, even without to see the rim. I always try, and I can shoot at the rim and make a basket without even see the rim. So this is one lesson I learned during this.
But Ella, before I will tell you thank you.
Okay.
I know that you are an excellent student in the engineering department.
Thank you very much.
So I just want to tell you thank you and kol hakavod.
Bravo.
I would like to say you, Lana, and the department of and the unit of student advancement for your help during those years, and the activities I participate. You developed, and thank you very much. I can't tell you how could I finish my my BA without your help.
Thank you.
Now Karin Gilik. Goralik.
Thank you, Karin, for coming to be with us today. Tell us about yourself and your family.
Hello, everyone. My name is Karin Goralik, and I'm a freshman at the course for special education for deaf students in art. I was born deaf into a hearing family. I have one older sister who's also deaf and one little brother who's a hearing person. My family had always tried to understand me. It was important for them to understand me and not me to understand them, so they learned sign language. And so that way everybody at home always signed. And my family had always been involved in the various activities that has to do with the deaf community. And they always educated me by brain games and arts, and that way they evolved my imagination. And my grandmother also joined and learned sign language. And I remember one night when I used to visit her at Saturday, I used to lay with her in one bed with a lot of blankets. So I took one of the books off the shelf and I asked her, please, can you read it for me? And my grandmother said, wow, this is a difficult one. And I said, please, can you do it? And she said, okay. So she started signing me the story in sign language. So I will always be grateful for that, and I know how much she helped me develop my self-esteem and imagination.
Okay. Unlike most other parents, your parents did their best and went to learn your language, sign language. What happened in other settings, such as school? Where were you treated? And how were you treated?
I've always studied in two classes. One of them a regular class with hearing students, and the second one with deaf students. Obviously that with deaf students it was much comfortable for me because this is my natural environment. And when I studied with the hearing students it was really hard. The culture is different and communicating with them was difficult. So, and also I needed to minimize the gaps when I was in that class. So I assisted the sign language interpreter there. And it was always important to me, for me to raise my hand and to say what's on my mind, to participate in the class. So, and even it got to the point where people start calling me a nag because they know that I always have something to say. and I always been an ambitious person. Maybe because I saw that my mom always admired my older sister, so I wanted to be admired as she does. So I look up to her and I said, I want to be motivated. I can do it. So I tried my best to succeed in every field, and I got good grades. And I remember that one time I got an A in my bagrut in my final exam in history, and everybody were surprised, and me too, out of my abilities. So when I went into class, I saw the teacher and the student applauding me, and because I got the best score in my entire grade in my school, and for me it was a really uplifting feeling. I felt like I can reach for the stars and moon that day.
It is very exciting to hear about your school experience. I understand that when you were an adolescent, you were diagnosed with a special syndrome. Would you like to share it with us?
Yes. When I was 17 years old, I wanted to start driving lessons, just like everybody else in my age group. So I went to an eye doctor, and it turned out something that really changed my life. He told me that I have Usher syndrome, which means that in addition of being deaf, it makes my it's a gradual visual impairment, and I took it very hard. All of the dreams that I had before, all of the plans that I had, everything felt like gone and vanished, and I needed to recuperate with the situation that I was in. And I had many sleepless nights and nightmares. But afterwards, I met people who were just like me, people who had Usher syndrome, and they gave me the hope, because they had already had families of their own, and they were parents, and that gave me the hope and the believing that it's not all over. So I felt like I found for myself a well understanding and warm surrounding, and I feel really lucky for that. And in addition, nowadays I work at Bet Aviv, which is a center for deaf-blind, and I work as an contact interpreter, which means that I sign by contact the sign language into their hands. And nowadays I'm also a certified Israeli sign language teacher.
Wow. Wow, Karen, you realized that you are going to lose your vision, even though you insisted to volunteer to serve the army.
It's true. I volunteered for 2 years for the army. I used to work with the computers. I would buy the aircraft parts at the Air Force, and various other jobs that I did with mails. And I was the secretary for the lieutenant consul. And I had also difficult moments, for example, lip reading, but most of the time we corresponded, and sometimes we used a bit mime, in order for me to understand them. And I have one amusing memory. One of my commander was a religious person, so he grew a beard, and as time went by, it was harder and harder for me to understand him because I couldn't read his lips. So I came for him, and I told him that it's difficult for me, so he said, don't worry, and he made braids out of his beard, so I'll be able to understand him better.
Karen, the last question is about the university. Studying at the university for a deaf person must quite be challenging. Would you elaborate a little about it, about your personal struggle?
Yes, I always wanted to go and work here, ever since I was an adolescent in high school. But when I came here to sign and pass the prerequisites, they told me it's impossible. So I turned to the Student Assistance Center, and thanks to them, I managed to get in and keep my struggle on. But it wasn't only to struggle for getting in, but also to understand the lessons by subscription services, which is somebody who types the lessons, and also sign language interpreting. And in addition, I also I'm not always, I can't always understand what's happening in class. It's hard for me to grasp the material, so I need many private lessons also. And after I came to the Student Assistance Center, they gave me a lot of help, and they gave me somebody who tutors me privately, various courses to minimize the gap. And also they gave me a personal English course with an excellent student that explains to me, because it's hard for me to learn in a group. And when I work alone, I work much better and study much better. And also they assisted me. Many of the people there are always ready and happy to help me and to listen to me in various encounters. Also in front of the government funding that I need to get in order to fund my interpreting services. And knowing that I have somebody there who's always guiding me and always there for me here in the university, it makes my life much easier. So thank you so much for everything that you've been for me from the student center. So nowadays I know that thanks to my family that gave me so much in order to develop my imagination and my creativity and also my self-esteem, I will always be grateful for them for that. And I also know that the skies are not the limit, and that I still have a long way to go with various struggles, but I wouldn't let my disability make me incapable.
Thank you.
תודה רבה, Karin. Thank you very much, Karin and Ariel. It's really an honor for us to have you with us here today and, of course, at the university. And now we're going to go to the other part of the ceremony, inaugurating the center. So
we have to thank the interpreters.
Yes, and thank you very much, the interpreters.
And I want to I want to express my gratitude to Limor because without her openness, and I think she helped us to make the dream to reality. So thank you.
Okay. And now we can say goodbye to your parents also. Say goodbye to the parents. I don't know if we can. Goodbye. Bye bye. Yofi. Now we go.